Hello, Jerry again. Today I'm just going to add a little bit to the concept of money and figuring out change and how that relates to percentages and how that relates to fractions and that kind of thing, because I don't know if people really stop and think about using money and how that relates to percentages. First of all, let me just write that down. Percent. Anybody see anything that jumps out at you there? I hope so. Cent. And what is a cent? Well, 1 cent equals a penny. Right? Does that make some sense? They might have been thinking about that when they put it together. Well, how much is 100 cents or 100 pennies? Well, 100 cents equals $1. 100% equals 1, right? So I think if you can put this together, it might help with some things. So think about the fact that you have in some different denominations of our coins, you might have 25 cents. Well, is there one coin that you can use that represents 25 of those cents? Well, yeah, it's called a quarter, right? And maybe you never stop to think about this, but the reason it's called a quarter, is because it is 1/4 or 1/4 of a dollar, right? So if you take 4 quarters together, you get $1. It's just an easy way to look at problems. So when you see something that looks like percentages, or it's talking about a percent in a question or whatever, I always find it easy to step back and think about it in terms of dollars and cents. It just makes it easier for me. So let's see, how many quarters are in a dollar? Well, we know that 1/4 is 1/4 of a dollar. In order to get to 4/4, or something that's equal to 1, right? 4/4 equals 1. Well, you'd have to multiply it by the number 4. So there's 4 quarters in a dollar. Okay, and what percent is a quarter? So 1/4 equals 25. Let's just draw out the fraction first. 25 cents, that's 25 over 100. 25 over 100 is 25%. And let's take that just one step further. I'll try to go the other direction. So to make a decimal out of this fraction, we just put a decimal point there, and it becomes 25. How many times have you seen coins or representation of coins or pennies in that manner, like 0.25 with a dollar sign here? Well, that's the decimal reflection of 25 cents, right? That's why our dollars tend to go, dollars on one side of the decimal point and cents on the other side. So all these things, 25%, 1/4, 25 over 100, which is actually the same representation of this fraction, right? If you reduce this fraction, you'll get this fraction, which also renders 25%. So another thing to point out here before I finish is just to look at what happens when you translate from here to here, right? So if you have 0.25, in order to get, if you start with that decimal, in order to get to a percent, all we do is move that little decimal point over 2 this direction, and we get what we had up there, which is 25%. Right? And the same going the other way. So if you're given a percentage and you're to come up with a decimal, all you do is move the percent or the decimal place over from here. In order to get to here, you just move it 2 places this direction. Okay? And that works with any percent, any decimal that you have like that. And part of the reason why that works so easily, again, is that the decimal 25 is the same as 25 over 100. Okay? All right, well, hopefully that ties those pieces together for you. And now when you're looking at percentages and you're getting concerned about how to deal with percentages or fractions, you have another avenue to look at, which is to convert that in your mind to just money, dollars and cents, and then figure out how that all fits together. Thanks for listening. Good luck.